you want people to see when they look at you?
Somebody who's very capable.
I kind of want people to like simultaneously be like intimidated and then also like feel like I'm. It's such a contradiction.
I want people to see somebody who is unique and creative.
That's a hard question.
I think I want people to see someone that cares for them.
It's changed as I've gone through different stages of my life, but right now I probably would want people to see me as put together.
Someone who cares for others and loves fiercely.
To be like afraid of me enough to like know that they can't mess with me, and then also at the same time look at me and be like, I feel like if I had like an emergency, I could go to her and like she would be that person.
I wish people would see like the softer side of me and the more sensitive side, the gentle side, confidence, joy. That's the first thing that comes to mind. I'm sure there are other things. Somebody's nice and pretty and reliable and like all the good things. I want to be like the person that people can trust and depend on, and just be there for them.
Ideally, I'd like them to see a sense of wholeness.
I want to be seen as enough.
And so seeing that perspective as an adult is really interesting. And I know as a kid, it didn't feel very chaotic. It just kind of felt like the way things was operated. And then coming
no
away
one liked
from
to
that
admit
and
it,
having
like the
my
main
husband
conflict
and
was
myself
them the
and
entire
our daughter being
my
a
entire
small
life. Like
family
I
It
remember,
really helped when my mom started
back
opening
into
up
it.
and
I
telling
remember,
things. I was
like,
really angry with
seeing
her
them
for
have
a
a lot of
while.
conflict.
I'm an only child.
Constantly.
You know?
Like
It's
I
just
can't
me,
pinpoint
and
when I saw it
then,
start. It was just a constant
And
thing,
so
and it got
that
worse and
kind
worse
of
as I
helped
got
me
older.
and my mom's relationship a lot.
And
I
I
just
remember like
still
remember
rival
my mom
houses
being
and
pregnant,
being like,
like his
your
entire
parents don't
that
fight
were
this
great.
much.
childhood
Or,
and young
you know,
adulthood.
stuff like that, or like
Like I just remember
your
you being
parents
pregnant.
don't say those things
you know,
to each other. Like
all the time.
what's wrong with
So-
mine?
We all have this like pressure,
And,
and I don't know if it was
And then
from
like
her mom
even
growing up,
even my friends who
but
had
we
one
it
sibling,
then
were
kind of
very
carried
close.
over
Since I
into
was an only
me.
child, and
I would
she was
definitely say they
Because I
fought
started
with
to
their
see her
siblings
as a
a
human
lot
and
more,
not
and
just
it
like the
was very
superhero
ugly. Like I
mom
remember
who
being
either
around
does
that a
good
lot.
or bad. Like she's human. Things happen to her too.
My mom. My mom is a very
So I still have been able to build back some muscle. I've been pleasantly surprised by that.
I mean,
But
I
I
never had a good
surprised at how much
relationship
my
with
body
food,
has hung on to.
and I'm still like
I don't
kind of
even
baby
unlearning
weight a little
that.
bit.
that,
I think
but
it's because of
Or think about her, there was kind of
I
this like,
overate all the
yeah.
time, and it just
Some of me is
I would
just
go through
for
like
a man.
some
and
really
realizing
bad
that
cycles
that's
of like
my body
constant
was
binge eating and stuff like that.
I
But
think
it
as a
never,
kid, you think of that as
like I
clean
never
and
felt like I
beautiful
had to
and
change
wonderful, and
anything
as an adult,
because
you're like, this is a
it
little
never did
questionable.
My ginormous
so
double
echoing
chin
in my mind.
is
It's
probably
like,
my
well, you can
biggest
promote that, but
insecurity.
secretly,
Like
you
I
do
have
wanna
to,
look
I
that
always
way.
tilt my
And
head
so
like
it's a
when I'm
very,
smiling or something, just
as
so
a
it's not
dancer, like
as
I grew up
visible.
primarily in classical ballet,
years of dance
and
classes,
I did
standing
grow
in
up in
front
a
of a
very
mirror,
strict,
looking at
probably
myself,
too strict
and
ballet
just
studio.
going and picking over
Um,
every single little detail,
I would say
every
now, like,
bump
I'm in
in
a
my
much better
knee
place
and
than I
things
was.
like that, worrying so much that I definitely have like a jaded perspective of what other people see.
there was a lot of like, he would say certain things, but he wouldn't do. I think because so many people tell me how pretty I am, and like then we would have conversations, and he wouldn't listen. I'm always like, okay, you have to keep the pretty face. He was really like, rude sometimes, or they just want to say that they've dated a black girl, and it's like they don't think that we realize that, but it's like, no, I know this is just satisfying to my self-esteem, and I'm not interested to tell her things and to be received with so much love. Body or anything. I think it was more out of his game changer for like my whole life. And now I always try to constantly just embody that and like just being receive my friends with love when it comes to things. Just being seen and heard. Just being seen and heard. Just being validated. my parents have a very loving relationship, and there was always kind of this talk about our husbands one day, me and my sister, like we'd have husbands one day and there would be this thing. And so I kind of was just operating under that assumption for a very long time. Like I thought I was going to be married by the time I was 25 and had all these ideas of how things were going to go. I think there's something so wonderful about physical intimacy and just being held. I think I want to be physically held. And I think I just really wanted him to be my husband. I really wanted him to be the guy, and we had invested so much time. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what to do. And just feeling so devastated. So completely devastated. I've definitely been thinking about it. Sometimes I'm trying to offer people what I want so desperately. You know, there's this like, I think some of it, I don't know if I'd say like earning love, but I feel loved when I care for somebody else. And I think that's one of the most challenging aspects. Like you're wanting this thing that you give so often.
I was like trying to prepare myself to just be content with disappointment over and over again. And I remember my mom was talking to me, and I think she was trying to encourage me or something, and I just started weeping. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. And just feeling so devastated. So completely devastated. There was one night where, like, he was trying to kiss me, and he was like, please don't pretend if you don't mean it, or if you don't want to. Like, he didn't think it was done, and I was like, you told me you're leaving, you're giving up, you're going. Like, I'm done, I don't think this is happening. I'm done, I don't think this is happening. I'm done, I don't think this is happening. We kissed goodbye and he drove off with his dog and his stuff. And I think it's just easy to look back on your life and paint yourself as the villain sometimes. That's basically the end.
If you, and you need to provide no context,
Okay.
is there something you would like to say to someone that you haven't said? And again, you don't need to give me any backstory or context. You can just say it.
I don't like you, I think would be my phrase. That's probably not very nice, but
for me personally, in my world, I feel like everything has become reordered. I really enjoyed being pregnant. I think it is earth changing and earth shattering that I need to keep this human alive, you know, like urgency. I love nursing. I love being able to do that for my daughter. It has been very interesting to think about my mom after becoming a mom. I'm one of 5, and thinking about that and having one child and all this love and attention and intensity you feel for one child, and then thinking about that multiplied by 2, 3, 4, 5, and it really puts me in awe of my mom, to be honest.
She had red hair that I always thought was like so cool, and she was very tall and very thin, and she wore these high-heeled shoes every day. Like, didn't matter. She wore her high-heeled shoes every day and her little pencil skirt, and she went to work at an office, and she had a little calculator, and it was just, I don't know, like she was my grandma, and she was like spunky and see other family dynamics, and I realize that they're not as close as we are, and so it's something I definitely appreciate. I didn't know until later that she was sick. And it was definitely difficult. Like, I don't know that I probably processed those emotions correctly at the time. I was so young. But I don't know. It comes up in weird ways now, a lot more as an adult than I really think I dealt with for like 10 years old all the way up to like 20. Now it's a lot more present in my life. My parents are divorced. I grew up with my mom, but my dad was still around a lot, and I had 2 parents that were great. And then my grandparents were a big part of my life too. We lived with them for a big portion of my life. We just got very close because it was just us all the time. And so I think that like she's definitely like my best friend.
It's almost embarrassing to say, but when I conceived this idea for this project years ago, and then as I really started mining it, it was all about me, and now it's all about like us. Does that make sense? Like it's very much about us, and coming to an understanding that like, yeah, not everybody's experience is your experience, and like and I think the work, I keep trying to figure like, what is woman's work? I don't think we're gonna get there. Which is funny because a woman's work is never done. And so like, I don't think we're going to figure out what woman's work is with this. I don't think that should be the goal. The goal is to simply do the work. But yeah, realizing that like, I don't have any sort of authority on what women's work is based on my experience. And I think that was an error of mine in my initial conception of the idea, was like, I have this, I'm going to prove something to somebody. And like, as I'm going through my own journeys and my own kind of self-growth, like the work for me is getting past needing to prove something to somebody. Anyway.
you.